So what can you preview about where Rowena is going, and especially since
nothing. I can't see anything.
Okay, well then since Crowley is dealing with a very dangerous weapon at his disposal, what will Rowena's reaction be when she realizes how much control he has over the darkness? And
yeah, we're just filmed episode 10, 9 and 10, so you do specifically see why. So I'm not prepared. How do you not see these spoilers? So the episode that aired last night, The Bad Seed, you see she she vanishes off, and obviously I am pulled back into play. It'll be interesting to see whether I think that's a good idea or not, or whether it's my own volition or not, and I do think you saw last night, and I love doing that scene with Jensen with Dean, and I kind of read him. What new hell is Dean Winchester unleashed upon the world? And I think part of me is like, oh, you get that shiver down your spine thing. But I do think that evil's fascinated by evil, and maybe I'm slightly intrigued, and maybe thinking, how can I use this? I'm sure as a baddie, it's interesting to see how could this aid me, or I think I am aware of the epic scale of the darkness, but I'm not quite sure exactly what it is.
Did you enjoy being a blonde?
I love being a blonde, and for that disguise, it's supposed to be incognito, they had like a headscarf as well, and I felt like a granny in the headscarf. And I was like, we were in the makeup trailer, and Jensen comes over because he was directing the episode, and he was like, and I said, Jensen, I don't want to wear the scarf. And he was like, okay. He said, how's the wig? I said, well, I love the wig. And he went, just do whatever you want. Because he chose the wig.
Yeah.
Oh, he
and
did?
I actually thought it was quite a sophisticated. Yeah, they gave him a choice of blondies to choose from, and I thought it was quite a classy choice. And then I said to him, if I've got a blonde wig, I need a blonde accent. Was it airport please, and be careful with antiquities. And he totally let me do it. So he was up, and the line, I said, well, can I say a line about being blondes have more fun? And he was like, yeah, do it, keep it. And so yeah, I love being blonde for all those reasons. And and the fans were going like, where's your red hair? Where's your red hair? And they were crazy about it. But the general consensus on Twitter and everything seemed to be the blonde was great, but keep the red. So I think that's what we're doing.
Great impression, by the way.
Sam! I'm not got Jared yet. So do Mark. He just pauses all the time.
That's perfect.
So the episodes that are coming up, what can you say about, what is there a big one in particular for you that you can preview?
I mean, I think the whole thing about the whole season is it seems to be pretty epic. Yeah. It's pretty epic, and one of the sets that we've just been on is like they've really extended themselves, and it's pretty sexy.
What's going on with the Book of the Damned? Can you say anything about that? Now that
Well,
Sam
I still have it.
Yeah, you still have
I
it.
still
The
have it, and that's
Winchesters have the
important.
Codex, but
Exactly. So, yeah, those you need them all together, really, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So it's how they get reunited and for what purpose is what I think is what will become clear. 9 and 10.
Okay.
Is she going to look to any other means aside from the Codex as a way to get into the book, or is she just sticking with the Codex because she knows it's a thing that's there?
There may be another influence involved that comes to light as a real really cool reveal.
Will the mega coven get anywhere? Will you get anywhere
Listen,
with
if
the
I have
mega-
anything to do with the mega coven that's going to rule the freaking world, I'm starting a campaign on Twitter. I might do some t-shirts for mega, #mega. And yeah, I think there's legs in the mega coven. I think everyone seems to like it, apart from the witches I spoke to. They were just obviously a bit boring. So yeah.
Can you shed any more light on what Jensen's like as a director?
He is, and I'm not just saying this because it's Jensen. Honestly, with all the directors I've worked with, really in theatre, and he is one of the most patient, most easygoing. He just doesn't bring any temperament at all, and it's such a, you know, I did a rehearsal of the bit when I thumped my hand and then I cast the spell on the witches. It kind of exploded, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, well done in summoning the dead there." You know, 'cause like, you know, and he, very encouraging. And that as an actor is always the environment you do your best stuff, and that's when you get creative. And I said, you know, because he kind of went, one of the bins that was on fire started to go and moan, and he was like, "Ruth, you know, be careful what you're conjuring here with these Latin words." and I said, "Well, what I really feel like doing is I feel like screaming," and that's what got kept, and that was used in the trailer, and that's comes from Jensen giving you the freedom and the comfort and the reassurance and the backup and you know what I mean? That you become more creative in that environment. So I loved working with Jensen. If I had a feature film and I had fun, you know, if I was going to produce something, which I hope I will do at some point, I would, you know, I'd be like, would you direct? He's so lovely. He really is. Crew love him as well. In short days, few takes, because he knows the show, you know. Did you like the show?
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
night? You liked the episode? I thought there was nice moments, like the bit when you walk past the blonde girl and you do Marx Brothers comedy stuff. I'm like, that's great.
I liked her.
Last question.
I liked her riling things up between Sam and Dean.
That was fun in the back of that Impala, which is so bloody uncomfortable. I can't tell you that seat. I'm like, can I have a cushion? In the back of the Impala, but I felt like a rock star. We filmed some of that outside, and there were a couple of hundred fans, and I'm in the back of the car with the two cool boys, which never happened to me at school. And people like having Beatlemania around them, and it was really fun to be in the Impala with them. And, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and those two scenes we filmed as a one. It was quite a lot of pages. All the scenes that you saw were all done in a oneer, and from this angle, from that angle, from the other angle, you know, it was a lot, and it's me talking a lot, and yeah, they're so solid. They're so solid to work with every time. It's just they never drop a line, you know. They're amazing to work with.